Vaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayanam Namaskrutyam
Naram Jaiva Narottamam
Naram Cheva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tado Jayamudhiraye
Tato Jaya Mudirayet
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavada Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavati Uttama Sloke
Bhagavati Uttama Sloke
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtigim.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistikam.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanasalagaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stabidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mahim Dadadi Supadandigam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Yudapadagamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajadam Sahagana Raghunada Nidam Tam Sajivam Sadhuidam Savadudam Parijana Sahidam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalidam Shri Vishakha Nidamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagalpade Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namostude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarupasya Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Om Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishta Bhudale Shrimade Lokanath Swami Ramine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishta Bhudale Shrimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswata Deve Guruvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much for participating, joining this very wonderful Vaishnava etiquette class. We can learn a lot out of it. So mainly this Vaishnava etiquette class or Sadachar, Vaishnava Sadachar is a practice that we have to keep up with every day, every moment. So sometimes people say that, okay, you are representing ISKCON, or moreover, they say you are a Vaishnava, you are a devotee. Devotee means not that just put some tilak or dhoti or shaven head or nice clothes. No, that's not the Vaishnava. Vaishnava is understood by the character and the behavior. So how this Vaishnava, this devotee is dealing with everybody, how this Vaishnava is in the various aspect of his life, and how he behave in every day, what is his uh, daily routines, how he is talking to other person. So when he come to the temple, what he does, when he deal with the non-devotees, how he behave. In so many ways that a devotee can be understood. Not that just on the external, but devotee means more over on internal. What a devotee has in his heart, in his mind, in his all consciousness, in all his behavior, all his character. This is what his devotee means. So for that end, in order to like what we say, we cook the rice. So we wash it first, right? And we put it in and then boil it, and then it's boil and boil. Finally, it cooks. It become rice. So similarly, so when a devotee starts this process of Krishna consciousness, then eventually practicing all this, practicing all these qualities or Vaishnava qualities or Vaishnava behavior, Vaishnava characteristics, and finally that become a devotee. So, like when we cook the rice, so finally after boiling and boiling and boiling, so then it's become the cooked rice. So then that is tasty, that everybody can eat. So this is the way that then it gives nice fragrance, nice taste, nice quality. It's gives the nutritions. It gives the hunger. So many things it does. So similarly, a devotee, when it is matures in his character, in his qualities, in his behavior, so this can give the the nutrition to everyone. So everybody can be benefited out of it. So Krishna consciousness will be spread more when a devotee matures in that way. So this is the main purpose of understanding this Vaishnava etiquette or Vaishnava qualities. So now let us take this topic here is personal habits. So yesterday we were going through the other etiquettes that is handling the sacred items. So yesterday we went quite detail about Harikishore Prabhu, in quite detail. Today we can go through the personal habits, very important dear devotees. So as we say, like how do we keep up? How do we develop our personal habits when we say we are a devotee? In the 10 offenses of the holy name, after the 10 offenses says that a person who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against this 10 offenses. Or we can generally say that we should always guard against all this, the ill effects of this material world. So this, when we keep up these Vaishnava qualities, it protects us from the ill effects of this material world. So this is very important. So anybody would like to go and read the first one, number one? Anybody would like to read? Go ahead.
I can read, Prabhuji.
Yes, please go ahead. All good.
One who's serious about spiritual life should rise early in the morning, preferably before the Brahma Muhurta hour, 1.5 hours before sunrise. It is, that's
Yeah.
it.
Go ahead. The Bhagavatam Prabhu.
You want me to read it, Prabhuji?
Yeah, yes.
What? It is said in the Srimad Bhagavatam? You want me to
Yeah.
read that?
Yes, yes, yes.
It is said in the Srimad Bhagavatam 3:20:46 purport, the time early in the morning, 1.5 hours before sunrise. I don't know, somehow, okay. Sunrise is called Brahma Muhurta. During this Brahma Muhurta, spiritual activities are recommended. Spiritual activities performed early in the morning have a greater effect than in any other part of the day.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. So the personal habits, the devotees, every scripture, all the scriptures, even scientifically, even medically, is recommending that person has to get up early in the morning because of it's known as Brahma Muhurta. What is that Brahma Muhurta? It's a Muhurta. Muhurta means that there is usually it is hour and a half. It's called Muhurta. Muhurta, there is Abhijit Muhurta on the noon time, right? There are many other Muhurtas like that. These are very auspicious time. So early morning time, before the sunrise, that hour and a half, hours before the sunrise is considered as Brahma Muhurta. So there are three sandhyas on a day. One is in the early morning. This is called three sandhyas. One is called this sandhya. This is the juncture of that the moon is going to set and the sun is going to rise. So this hour and a half is considered as very, very auspicious because of all the time factor. We know that many Deva Devadas will be present on this time. And the potency in the nature and the prakriti, the potency of will be in the maximum, in the peak. So usually we can see that a person gets up in the morning, he gets more energetic than a person sleep late. He is very lethargic. But a person gets up in the Mangala, the Brahma Muhurta time, he's energetic throughout the day because of he can absorb that all energy in his body. So because of that, the energy that which we gets, and not only that energy, which is very much purifies our brain, our intelligence, and it's also entire body. That's the time it absorbs that energy in our body. Then our brain, all our the intelligence, everything is actually in a very top, in a peak condition. So that time when we focus, when our intelligence, when our mind focus, we can get more focus than any other day. And it's also known as, this is called, in a day we can divide in a three modes of nature. Early morning time is considered as the mode of goodness. The noon time is considered as mode of passion, and the evening time or after the sunset is considered as the mode of ignorance. That's why also we can see that when a person gets up in the morning, his mind, his mood, everything is quite good. So he is happy, he got good rest, and so many things. So and his mindset is different. And if anything, also somebody speak to him, that he can absorb very well. That's why it is mentioned that in earlier days that children, those who are going to the school, should get up early in the morning, study rather than sitting late in the night. If he gets up early in the morning and study, this goes into the brain so well. Otherwise, if in the late in the study and it doesn't go very well, because of this is the modes, it changes the modes in the nature. So this is the Sattva Guna is more in the early morning, an hour and a half before the sunrise, and one who gets up in this morning time, and then he meditate upon the Supreme Lord, he chants the holy name, it get 1,000 times better than any other time. That's why all of the scripture says that get up in the morning and do the worship. And most of the temple opens by this time. It's called Mangala Arati, 4:30 a.m. in the morning. So our temple also opens 4:30 a.m. in the morning. Usually 6, 6:10, 6:15 is the sunrise time. So 4:30 is the time that one can completely focus on Krishna, and it gets complete benefits, and this purifies our whole intelligence. And this way that we can continue, so that we can also become more pure in our consciousness. So like that, in the 12 o'clock is considered as the Abhijit Muhurta. There's also another Muhurta. That's why all the Brahmanas supposed to chant 3 times Gayatri and the Brahma Muhurta, or the sunrise, and also that the noon time, when the sun is in the middle, and then the sunset. So these three sandhya, the Brahmana should chant their Gayatri without fail, because of uh, we connect ourselves to the Lord in this time. And it's also Bhagavad explains that many, like the sandhyas, Lord Shiva travels on these sandhyas to Vandana. Lord Shiva gets up. So it considered as Lord Shiva is actually also the controller of this material energy. Lord Shiva wakes up. And for the sandhya, this sandhya, Trisandhya, early morning or the noon time and evening time, in the either the Lord's potency or Shiva's potency, or Shiva means all auspiciousness. The literal meaning of Shiva means all auspiciousness. The Shiva also travels in the ether for the Sandhya Vandana. So there are so many ways that it is considered as very, very auspicious. So that's why our Acharya scriptures mention that don't sleep after the sun, the sunrise at all. It will make you so lazy. It will make you so not intelligent. The intelligence become dull. The brain become dull because of the time that you have to wake up. That's the time you're sleeping. But the time you are sleeping, then you are waking up. So it's completely opposite. So we'll have an opposite effect on it. That's why material energy is so much affecting us rather than the spiritual energy or the Shakti of the Lord. So it doesn't affect us. So dear devotees, there are so many wonderful aspects of this Lord's potency, Lord's energy is pervaded in so many ways in this ether. So we call them as the potency of the Lord Shiva. Now Navaratri is going on, the potency of Mother Durga. So why we are specifically observing this time? Because of the prominency of the Lord's potency is very prominent in this period of time. That's the one reason that we can get maximum benefit out of it, so that we can get purified, you get the mercy of the Lord. The mercy of the Lord means we can, eradicate all our impurities from our heart, from our mind, from our body. The reason for that, we cannot understand anything because of our impurities. What is impurities means? Our sin, our past life sins, and everything is covered by us. And that directs us to this material world and suffering in this material world. So ultimate aim and the goal is actually to come out from this material suffering so that we can also situate in everlasting peace and happiness. Not only that, once we purify and all, then we can come to an understanding that the transcendental truth, the absolute truth, that is the our eternal relationship with the Supreme. So this is our journey. It's very important. That's why it's recommended that one should get up early in the morning. Don't sleep after the sunrise. Try to get up early in the morning as much as possible, like hour and a half before the sunrise, 4:35, as much as whatever is. Then you have to also accordingly adjust, balance your timing. So some people, have a habit of staying very late, and then they get up in the morning, and then so much of trouble, so much of problems. At least go to bed by 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then so that you get some nice sleep. So it's also mentioned that after that, this person can have some six and a half hours of sleep is better, is more than enough. So if we train our mind like that, then we will not have also any problem in the daytime for sleeping or anything. So dear devotees, is a first and foremost of that, a Vaishnava etiquette of Sadachara, Vaishnava, he should be always very pure in his consciousness. How one can attain that purity? When he gets up early in the morning, chant his holy name, and he have a very big relief and peace in his heart. Otherwise, what happened throughout the day? Oh, I couldn't chant. It's the disturbed, the mind is disturbed, and I couldn't do anything, and so many things like that. So we can avoid all this. So if we are making this habit, dear devotees, this is our key, our gateway to the Supreme Lord. If we have this. So also, as we all know that when we chant the holy name, when we chant, see there are Shuddha Nam, there is Namapas, there is Nama Aparat. So we know that we can avoid or we can reduce our Nama Aparat and Nama Pavas, Nama Bhas, all when we chant in the morning time because of less disturbances, more focused, and then there is lots of concentration and focus because of less disturbances. And also we have that also, that very what is called the renewed energy within us because of the in the early morning time. So this all helps in that way. So this is one of the personal habits we have to develop in our life as when we or as we claim as we are devotees, we should get up early in the morning. So if we make it as a practice, then it's not a problem. It's then, very well that we can continue that. So all we are actually, because of we are not trained our mind. Our mind is so much tuned in such a way that, okay, let me sleep more, let me enjoy a little late. Okay, let me watch this one. Let me talk to this, talk to that, and so many ways we engage our mind so that we get some, pleasure. We get some material happiness. So our mind says that, okay, I'm good today. Okay, so let me go and sleep. But what happens? You're getting late and our mind is so disturbed, so tired. Then you go to sleep. You cannot get up in the morning. So it's very important that my Guru Maharaj always says that whatever we are doing on our daytime, it affects our mind, and that mind affects our chanting the next day morning. So very important that how do we tune our life? That's why that's a very important than the first and the foremost. So there are most of the scriptures reveal this. One has to get up in the morning. Many temples has the program. Most of the temples they don't like 7:30, 8 o'clock. Some temples are there, understandable, but some temples, in especially in India and all, they get up early in the morning. They do the worship, and it's mentioned that up to 9 o'clock is the most auspicious time for the worship. Then they close the altar, and then also then they open at then 12 o'clock. There is a reason for that. This is called, this is a very auspicious time that one can perform devotional service. Then they open at the evening time. Most of the temple does this routine. Why? Because of these are very auspicious time. One can have the maximum benefit out of it. Okay. Any questions on this? this getting up early in the morning? Anybody? Any concerns? Any comments? Everybody's convinced?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Convinced? Are you all going to get up tomorrow morning at 4:30?
We are waking up right now. I am up.
Yes. Very good. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Keep up that. Okay, then after waking up, so this is the routine, that personal habits that we have to develop. Brush your teeth. Okay, first thing. So as we know that, we have to clean our mouth. One should then bathe in cold water after wearing fresh clothes, begin the daily sadhana. So here is a little, you know, crux is there. One should bathe in the cold water. So this is generally, people are in India, or India generally, not too cold, not too hot. So people are habituated to take bath in the cold water, because of that also gives very good impression on the mind, as well as you will also fresh more when you take bath in the cold water. What is the reason for that? When you take the cold water, or the blood vessels, that also expands. That also expands, and the more blood vessels and blood circulation will be there, in order to make your body heat, more warm. More blood circulation will be there. When there is a more blood circulation, your brain also get more, awakened. So then you feel more fresh and likes that. So also, even it is mentioned that in the Ayurveda, a person properly takes a bath every day, he will have less, diseases. He will be more healthy, right? He will be more healthy. One who takes the cold water. That's why Ayurveda also recommends that one should take the cold water bath, not the too hot water. Too hot water, what happens is also eventually it says that can also make some joint pains and all. So, but in a cold place like this, in a US or Western countries, I mean, yes, I mean, it's not recommended that it very cold, and then we have to moderately have the warm water, so that our health is not affected in that way. So it's not too much, not too less, right? So that's way in the Western countries. But in India and all, people, I mean, I used to take a cold water bath. It was so refreshing, so refreshing. It's always, once you take in the bath, you're so fresh. Your mind is relaxed and you're free, and so many things, like that. So one should then bathe in cold water, and after wearing fresh clothes begins your day's sadhana. Okay, this is the daily routine one has to develop. Okay. Sometimes there is a question that, we are in Western world, in a cold bath, early morning bath is too cold and all, but sometimes it's mentioned that if you are clean, you get up in the morning, you are clean once you brush your teeth, and you are not, gone for the toilet or anything like that, then you can then go and do the sadhana. Sadhana means the chanting process. But you're not clean, you are going to the toilet, or pass the urine, or pass the, anything like that, better to take bath, and then put a nice clothes, wear the fresh clothes, and so then what happens, then start your sadhana. So what happens this way, your mind, your body, and your words, it all come in the same line. Sometimes what happens when you don't brush your teeth or don't take bath and all these things, your body is contaminated. When your body is contaminated, mind also get that disturbance. When your mind is disturbed, then you cannot also focus on the chanting of the holy name. So, but when you are taken bath, and then you sit down with fresh clothes and put tilak, and so now you are completely prepared to chant, because of your body now. When you put tilak in the four tall places, your body is also now temple. Your body, mind is also aligned and focused. Now you can chant properly. So this is the best way. That's why Mangala Arati 4:30 in the morning, and many brahmacharis they get up 3:30 and take a nice bath, put tilak, and come to the temple and do wonderful thing. But we are grihasthas and we are in the home. So then what happens? Sometimes it's not possible. So, but as long as this is the condition that you have to be clean, if you have gone for the toilet, you definitely have to take the bath. You have passed the urine, then also it's better to take the bath. But in some conditions, if you are not, sometimes you go into temple, you have to go to pass the urine. Then you have to wash your hands and wash your feet and wash your, face, and then, come and you can start the chanting. But definitely, if you have passed the toilet, if you want to go into the toilet, then definitely you have to take the bath. Then you start the chanting. Otherwise, you are not supposed to touch the tulasi, that because of in subtle way that you are unclean, right? You are not, yes, once you wash and everything and you're clean, but in a subtle way you are not, you are unclean. So that you have to take bath accordingly, and then you are clean, put tilak. And also while chanting, and again you have to go to the bathroom, you have to use the toilet. So then again, then you have to take the bath and put tilaga and again. So this is the way that the Vaishnava sees, or when you see the qualities, the characteristics, and all the habits of the Vaishnava, this way we are always pure. We know that the sannyasis, gurus, they all follow this one, and of course devotees, those who are serious, they follow this all this every day. They don't simply take it everything lightly or take it granted. Devotion means, and disciples means disciplined, serious. This is not an ordinary material activities. This we have to be put ourselves, so that our body, mind, and the word should be aligned to connect with the supreme. That's called bhakti yoga. It's not that I can do anything I want the way I want and things. Then I say, oh, I'm a bhakta, I'm a devotee. No, that doesn't make any sense. So we have to be a say claim to a devotee or a Vaishnava or a Vaishnavi. We have to really follow, focus on these aspects of it. Then always that's way that we always, what is the principle, core principle of this Vaishnava etiquette? Anybody remembers the core principles of Vaishnava etiquette? Always says
Not eating meat, no caffeine, no
the core
indulgence.
principle, core, the essence, core essence, why we are doing this one. Always remember Krishna.
Right. That
Never
he told. Never forget Krishna.
Yes. So this way we are always in connection, in remembrance of the Lord. That's called Krishna consciousness. Okay. Otherwise, we are in different other consciousness or material consciousness or something else. So we should be always, Sadhri Srila Prabhupada put this name, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. It's not that just for the sake of registering the ISKCON organization. No. Srila Prabhupada put this Krishna consciousness, that we should always remember Krishna. This is the way that we can do it. Should be always conscious of Krishna.
Krishna.
Then the bath should be taken after rising early in the morning, long naps more than an hour. So devotee, what happens when there are some situations they take nap or sleep in the daytime. If it is more than an hour, because of when the reason for that, it says that why we have to take a nap, sorry, we have to take a bath or shower after the long sleep, because of when we are in the sleep, we naturally, when we are in the sleeping state, we says that we are in the mode of ignorance, or we says that we are kind of dead, right? That we are then again, the Paramatma is waking us up. Here, when there is a long sleep, that's a deep sleep. When it's deep sleep, it means that's in a tamasic, in the ignorance mode. So that's why some people, when they get up, they don't know, they don't have any idea what to do. Sometimes people are, kind of angry, sometimes in a, very sloppy mood, kind of things like that. So that's why, so in order to regain back our original consciousness, Krishna consciousness, instead of coming out from that mode of ignorance, tamasic, then one should take bath and come back to the mode of goodness, so that our consciousness will be very pure and in a very devotional mode. That's the reason it says that. Then passing stool, one has to take bath, excessively perspiring, that if you're hard work and toil and your body is so much sweat, and then better to take bath, right? And then being contaminated in any way after visiting crematorium. This is very important. Many times we have to go to the crematorium, maybe your relatives or whoever it is. So crematorium is generally considered as a place or the impure place. And then when you come back from the crematorium, that one has to take the bath, including your clothes to be put for the washing. and then you have to take bath. The reason for that, crematorium and all, there are lots of negative energies. There may be a chances that maybe the ghostly forms or the subtle forms may also can come with us, or it can be also there with us, or in a subtle form. And sometimes people are behave differently after they visit crematorium and all, because of they can affect the subtle elements, right? So in order to avoid that, so where the purity, when a person is very pure, it doesn't affect us, it doesn't contaminate us, so it will not come to us. That's why another reason that we should be always pure. When there is an impurity, when there is an impure, that the story of Mother Didi, and Didi wanted to have sons like Aditi. And then Didi had this Pumsavana, Kashyapa Muni advised Mother Didi to have the Pumsavana, Vrata, in order to have very, you know, well, well, like a children, like Indra, like Devatas, very powerful, very well behaved character and powerful children. So Kashyapa advised Mother Didi that you follow this Pumsavana Mrada fasting, but there is a condition when you do this one. So whenever you eat, after you eat, you wash your mouth. You are not supposed to sleep on the daytime, and you should take bath in this way, and then you should be always conscious of the Lord, and then you should be very much devoted, and don't cut your nails and hairs and sleep on the floor, and so many, put together that condition. So if you observe this for an year, you will attain you will have very great children. So then Indra was, as soon as Indra heard this, and this the time Didi got pregnant, and then Pumsavana, this Didi was observing this Pumsavana, this brother. So Indra was looking for a moment. So when you are pure, when you observe this one, and you put tilak, and you get up in the morning and your mouth is clean, don't go to the bed with wet feet, soul. And these are all against the rule that which we, so that's the way we should be always clean. So Bhagavatam, why Bhagavatam gave this kinds of proper understanding that how one has to have these habits on a daily basis, because of it helps us, right, and to become so pure. So one day, Mother Didi forgot to wash her mouth after eating, and she also took a nap on the daytime. So Indra took this opportunity. So till that time, Indra couldn't even approach, Indra couldn't even come near to Mother Didi. But being impure, this is the time Indra got into the womb of Mother Didi. And Indra cut that the embryo with his, Vajrayuda, the 7 pieces first. But then sees that is still alive. So Indra then again cut that each piece into 7 again. It's lot 49. So Indra could see that these are very powerful. And then the embryo, the soul within that, said to Indra that we are your friends. Why? Because of your own, your relative, and you are also devotees of the Lord. Then Indra then felt the mistake. So then why? Because of they are become so nice, because of Mother Didi was observing this wonderful, the penance or this vrata, and worshipping the Lord. Just because of Mother Didi worshipped the Supreme Lord, and because of the devotion, even that in the mother's Didi's womb, whoever was about to take birth all become the wonderful devotees of the Lord. They were known as Maruts. So when then what happened? Then Mother Didi then delivered all of them, and then all along with Indra. So 49 Maruts and Indra, they all came out, and then Indra then felt sorry and begged for forgiveness. But Mother Didi became so happy seeing these 49 children. So ask for one children, good children, and now it's instead of this 49 children, the devotees. So when the Mother Didi did this penance and this vrata, even though there is little slight mistake, but because of that devotion, Mother Didi got very beautiful, wonderful, great children. So that's the reason that it says that we want to observe that a daily, every day, the first of all, the elements, the other negative elements will not affect us. We'll be protected in so many ways, and then will be also our future will be so nice in that way. So that's why Vaishnava means completely liberated person. He is always in a very pure consciousness, so that wherever this Vaishnava goes, then that entire place is even purified, no doubt, no matter what. So that's why the Vaishnava should have some personal. So this makes us a Vaishnava. This makes him a pure devotee. So like this. Okay, then personal hygiene and cleanness should be maintained always, right? And we should not indulge in so many unwanted activities, and always to be clean. Nails should be kept clean and clipped short. Nail clipping should be thrown in the dustbin. Don't put anywhere else, or not on the floor. Or some people have this habit of somewhere here and there. It says that it's very inauspicious. Negative elements can be attracted when you have these nails and the hairs and all over the house and some places, and the so such place there are Devi. Now Navaratri is going on, right? There are Lakshmi, Sri Devi is called the very auspicious Devi, and there is another Devi is called the Mu Devi, very inauspicious. So there is a story out there. So what happens then? There was a sage who married to Mu Devi, but Mu Devi had this habit of always unclean and things like that. So the sage becomes very, you know, disturbed, or very much fed up, and then kind of cursed that, that wherever this were there, then you will have an abode there. That's called the Mudevi. That means if the house is not clean, the hairs, the nails, and so many things, who will come there? Mudevi instead of Sri Devi. Sri Devi is Lakshmi Devi. On the other hand, because of Lakshmi Devi, and when wherever the Lakshmi Devi comes, that's why on the usually it says that on the evening time Lakshmi comes where the house is clean, the holy name is chanted, the Arati is over there, and then that time Lakshmi Devi comes. Otherwise, what happens? Mudevi becomes a person. Suppose, especially ladies, those who sleeps on the evening time, those who are not, awakened, or who are not lethargic and lying down, not doing, and not conscious of the Lord, and so many, and watching these kinds of TVs and the movies and all these things. So who is coming there? Bhudevi instead of Sridevi. On the other hand, especially the women, they are at the home, they keep up everything nice and clean, and that's why our old house. I mean, I could see that my grandmother always make it very clean and says this one. Okay, then Ardi and light the lamp, and so nice, so wonderful. Put the light the agarbatti, light the lamp. As soon as you come, so wonderful, so nice, no, so nice. Even we can feel that, so we're so peaceful just seeing it. So similarly, in here I'm told, many houses they don't even light the lamp, they don't even put anything. And I know that so many people, there are some conditions, so it's too much work, you have to take care of things, and but see that they're happy, their family life, there's so much of arguments and fight, children goes this way, depression. There's so much of depression nowadays in this country because of that. This the culture, the tradition, or that what we really supposed to do, and people just forget, or they don't know what to do and all. That's why this is so important. So evening time, morning time, all that, this is the time we have to be so conscious of the Lord, and we have to make all our homes, our arena, everything should be clean and neat and nice, and that we conscious of Krishna. That's why in olden days, every house used to sit and chant the holy name, and this was a must for us actually. When we were childhood, everybody has to come and chant the holy name for light the lamp. So wonderful atmosphere. We chant the holy name. So this way, that the Lakshmi Devi or the Lord will come on that The Lord will naturally there. Lord's abode is there. That's called dham. So Vaishnavas or the devotees, and think about that, they have more than that an ordinary person, and they have more understanding and awareness. So never should be kind of negligent of any of these personal habits or these Vaishnava qualities. Okay. The hands and legs should be washed after passing water, and hands should be washed properly with the soap after passing stool. Brahmana initiate should wrap their sacred thread around their right ear while using the toilet. Okay, we know that the sacred thread, when we go to the toilet, so you have to wrap around this on your right ear. So like this. So like this, and so what happens? So this right ear is considered as Mother Ganges. That means Mother Ganges is purifies, even though you are in the bathroom, but you are on the Mother Ganges. Right ear is considered as the Ganges, and then you wrap around the Mother Ganges. That means it's never get contaminated. So it's the Brahman, those who are Brahman also can initiate, those who are the Brahmanical thread, they should wrap around, when you go to the bathroom. And also, you have any mudra, like you have a chain, Krishna's locket, or anything like, Radharani's locket, or anything like that. Should not take anything, Krishna's picture or Krishna's locket, anything into the bathroom. Never, never take that one. So should be always careful about this one, because we don't want to. We see Krishna is not different from his form, paraphernalia, his name, everything. That's why also it's not recommended chant the holy name in the bathroom, because of we are conscious of that. So this way that we can be always surrendered to the Supreme Lord. Hands and legs should be washed after passing water, and hands should be washed properly with the soap after passing stool. Brahmana initiates should wrap their sacred threads around their right ear while using the toilet. Only right hand should be used for eating, chanting on the beads, offering something, accepting something extra, etc. Many times we offer some charity, should give with the right hands. The reason for the right hands are actually it has carries more potency than the left hands. So like when you bless, and especially our legs and the edges of the feet, or the hands has the more energy, which transfers more energy. When you touch, you feel it. When you touch something, right, you feel it. So similarly, when you touch it, so it passes through more energy. So like that, when a right hand, when you give something or receive something, so this all gives what happens, it's psychologically as well as on our subtle level, it's also enlighten us with that energy, what is called transformation or energy transfers, right? Okay. So then wash hands, feet, and mouth before and after honoring prasadam. It's a very must be a devotees, especially in US people are less conscious of this. They eat, they just put some water or drink something, and that's it. Because of that's see that, but we see everywhere. So we also adopted that quality. Otherwise, in olden days, that people have, when there is a washroom, just near to the dining, there is a washroom, there is a sink, and there is everybody wash their mouth. So nowadays we don't have. We have to go to the bathroom or something like that. So people are again, not conscious of all these things. So one should, because of many times what we say, we go out when you take the form of the prasadam, we say Hare Krishna, we say so many things. We go to the temple without washing your mouth. Don't You are not supposed to enter into the temple. It's because of you are now contaminated. So you have to wash your hands, your feet, and your face and all nicely, and then you can enter into the temple. So wash hands after drinking water. So wash hands, because of the spit all can touch on your feet, on the finger. So again, you have to wash your hands, because of the temple is not that just an ordinary place. It is an abode of the Lord. Okay, we have to always consider, we have to always see that way. Not that temple is okay, this is a socialized place for the socialization. People turn back and stand and talk so many mundane things in the temple hall. The Lord is right there. Yeah, what they are talking about, all the mundane things. And our considerations that Lord is, this is a temple, this is the abode of the Lord, this is the dham. So when you are in the dham, you have to be very careful with that. So that's why when you drink water or eat, but wash your mouth and the hands, you make sure that you are clean before you enter into the temple. Okay, do not spit while eating. Okay, always remember this. Do not spit on water. And I was reading that some people have the habit of when they go to the river, they pass the urine in the river while taking bath. This is a great offense one can do, right? We can also, there is a time even going to the water, you cannot go in the midnight or disturb the the tirthas, disturb they are on the sleeping mode. So like that, so there are so many likes that we have to always, because of we are seeing everything has the connection with the lordships. And sannyasis should bath 3 times a day, grihasthas and brahmacharis at least twice a day. So this is the etiquette, dear devotees. Grihasthas should take at least twice a day the bathing, the shower. So one has to like it twice in a day, grihasthas and Brahma sannyasis, they take thrice in a day, because of thrice in a day they chant the Gayatri mantra. So while eating, after the eating is contaminated. Sannyasis, because sannyasi standard is so high. Always remember this. Sannyasi standard is so high. Why it is called sannyasa? Then many of you must be knowing that a sannyasi has a danda. It is not one danda. It's how many dandas are there a sannyasi keeps? How many dandas sannyasi keeps? Anybody?
Three, tridandi,
Three
tridandi.
dandas. Three dandas. So what is this three danda signifies? Anybody?
Body, soul, and Paramatma.
No, not that, right? Anybody else? Yes, it's very close. Very close. Anybody else?
Prabhuji, it is like a 3 gunas.
Okay,
Three
yes,
guna?
Prabhuji, it is like body, mind, and what do you say that? Trikarana
Words.
Suddhi.
Words.
Trikarana Suddhi, yeah, that was.
Yes. Body, mind, and words.
Yeah.
This three dandas signifies this body, mind, and word. Always remember that you have the BMW, okay? BMW. Okay. Many times we decide for it. I need BMW. But what is actually BMW? BMW means the body, mind, and the word. Sannyasi has these three dandas. These three dandas signifies body, mind, and word. So when they come, it means that sannyasi should always carry these three dandas. Okay, that means it reminds them that always that with the body, with the mind, and the words, always they should be in line in service of the Lord. So as soon as they come to, they touch that and they tell to reminding themselves, and also signifies that with my body, with my mind, and with my words, I am worshipping you. This is the standard of a sannyasi. So grihastha should be also like that, not up to that level of it, but at some extent that we are grihastha, not grihameti. We are grihasthasram. We have an ashram. So we have certain standards to follow. So that's why it is revealed here. So sannyasi should 3 times take the bath, and the body is completely utilized for the service of the Lord. But for the grihastha, sometimes body is used for their own personal, service as well. So that's why grihastha is twice a day. Bathe after shaving, copuleting, or going to a crematorium. So it's very clear. No, after shaving, don't come out. Nowadays, people have a habit. They go to the office, they may not shave, and they come to the office, they shave, and they directly go to the office. I've seen people like that. Don't do that. And, bathe after shaving. One should take rest for about 6.5 hours every night. Too much sleep, too little sleep is not good for our Krishna consciousness. Krishna says also in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says to Arjuna that you should not have too little sleep and not too much sleep. So what is that sleep average? Is 6.5 hours. If one has a good sleep like 6.5 hours, it is mentioned that he is good and he is healthy. And also it is mentioned that if you sleep early rather than late, it says that after 12 you sleep, this considers as you are just half sleep. You are not actually sleeping, you are not sleeping properly. So suppose after the sunset you sleep like 8 o'clock or 8:30 or 9 o'clock, and then sleep that That is your best sleep. That's a proper sleep that you get. Anybody has that experience? When you sleep early, then you are so fresh than you sleep late and you get up. When you sleep like, if you go by 8, 8:30, 9, that the time after, until 12, 1 a.m., that's that sleep that you get it. That's your best sleep ever you can have. Not that the sleep that you get it after the 12 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m. That is just a half sleep. Okay, so always remember this. And 6.5 hours. If you go to 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, if you have 6.5 hours, and then easily you can get up like 4 o'clock or latest by 4:30 if you go by 9, 9:30. So when you are so fresh, you will not have any problem on the daytime or like a sleepy mood or something. So always remember this. This way, it helps us. And then also, one should try to sleep on the floor or on a hands or a hard surface. Luxurious soft bed should be avoided. Okay, so this is sometimes we have kind of so what is best for you? Sometimes we are not used to sleep on the floor and we cannot sleep in the floor. It may give so much of because we are not used to it. But in olden days, people used to they make a cot with wooden cot, right? They may not put many beds or like a thick. Nowadays people say just for their business purpose, thick beds and a lot of advertisement. This is your back, this is your leg, this is your shoulder, this is or that, this those. But in Ayurvedic, and it says that if you have that a cord made by mango or something specific tree, if you sleep on it, you will not even ever get this back pain because of the blood circulation will be so proper. The reason for if you are on a soft bed, your blood circulation won't be there properly. That's why you get so many other problems and you get fat and so many things. So this Ayurvedic, this is not just simply said that because of that time only there was no bed, soft bed, everything was there that time. But it says that because of you get a proper blood circulation if you sleep on the hard surface. But now we are so accustomed, we cannot even take that. So nobody, especially this is the this etiquette also for especially the Indians. India is developed in India in the chapati. But considering if our situation that we don't recommend what is best for you, what is best for your body, and whatever we are kind of come up with it, follow that. Don't always time. We have to take everything according to the time, place, and circumstances. Okay, according to the time, place, circumstances, we have to always take this and remember this. Yeah. So accordingly, we have to take it. Whatever is applicable and practical for you, according to the time, place, and circumstances, you have to follow. This is the best practices. Okay, this is not a thumb. What is called the hard rules, or we can say this is a thumb rule, or this is very according to the time, place, and circumstances we should apply in our life. One should not and it is best to sleep on one's left side. If not, then on back, but never on the one stomach. Never sleep on the stomach. Okay, either on the back or the left side, because our heart is on the left side. So the more circulation, blood circulation will be there, and then you'll get also Ayurvedic. Also medically, it is mentioned that. So this way that the clotting and the blocking and all can be avoided like that. This is also another scientific reason for that. Then one should not waste Krishna's energy like soap, toothpaste, electricity, water, etc. One should turn off the lights and fans whenever and wherever they are not required. Okay, always remember that. It should be everything that we have to see. We are Vaishnavas. We should not waste or we should not misuse. We should not take it everything granted or take advantage of anything and everything properly utilized for the service of Krishna or for Yukta Vairagya. Okay, one should spend Krishna's money discreetly and with responsibility, asking oneself if this expenditure is really necessary for enhancing Krishna's service. So everything, Lakshmi. What is the purpose of Lakshmi? Anybody? What is the purpose? What Lakshmi does? What Lakshmi does?
Serving Krishna.
Serving Krishna. Exactly. The Lakshmi is meant to serve Krishna, not for selfish purpose. But we are on the opposite. We are accumulating Lakshmi wealth and wealth and wealth and seeing that how this can be served. This is an offense basically against Mother Lakshmi. Let's say people are going through so many problems, right? And even a wealthy person, he cannot even sleep properly. But he utilizes that properly in the service of the Lord and for humanity for the right purpose. They're happy and peaceful. On the other hand, accumulating so much and so much, and then what happens? Their own personal, selfish. That's not the Lakshmi. The purpose of Lakshmi is to serve Krishna. So always remember this. So this way we have to utilize everything for the service of Krishna, and this is the right mood and habit of a. It should be the habit of a devotee. Okay. Thank you so much. With this note, I would stop here. The devotees, Hare Krishna. Any questions? Any other discussions before we conclude?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Please accept my humble obeisance.
Please, my humble obeisance.
Srila
All
Prabhupada.
Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you, Prabhu. It's always so informative. You discussed about Shri and sorry, who's the other lady? The bad luck?
Mudevi and Sri Devi.
Mudevi and Shri Devi. So this is always so much we get to learn. So Prabhu, regarding chanting, we also know that in chanting there are no hard and fast rules, and you could chant at any time. So much so, even in the toilet, there's the pastime of Gopal Guru, that young boy.
Yes.
I forget the other devotee name he just couldn't stop chanting. But when he used to go to pass stool, he stole his tongue. And then he told him, don't you know that, the Mahamantra is so great that even in the bathroom, and then even our Acharya used to chant Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj's Guru Maharaj.
Yeah.
He used to go in the toilet and chant so that people won't disturb him.
Yeah.
So trying to understand that when it comes to chanting, there are, how do I say this, best practices and recommendations by the acharyas. Get up in the morning, have a bath. Morning is better, mind is less distracted.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you can't chant in the evening or even at night. Is that correct, Prabhu?
No, I didn't get your last sentence. What did you say?
So I said, chanting in the morning, getting up, having a bath, and then chanting, you're fresh, you're alert. Our mind is less disturbed, so the quality of chanting is obviously better.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean that chanting has to be only done in the morning. If at all, you could chant even in the afternoon or night.
Yes. This is recommendations. Always remember this. This is practices. So this is not a hard and fast rule that you must get up. No, see, according to the time, this is also according to the time, place, and circumstances, we should adjust this one. So the reason for that, when one should Acharya, Srila Prabhupada emphasizing on this one, because it gives us maximum benefit, benefit of our chanting. It will be pure chanting or less disturbed, and that's the purpose of it. I mean, we should avoid inattentive chanting. So in the 10 aparadas, 10 offenses against the holy name, it says that, right, one should guard against this, offenses. And it says that the inattentive chanting is also an offense against the holy name. And Bhakti Vinod Thakur says that all the other aparada, all the other offenses starting from our inattentive chanting. All the other offenses is beginning from our inattentive chanting. So because of when the mind is so disturbed, our attentive chanting is not there, then slowly, mind gets trained to that. Then, okay, this is okay, fine. Then what happens eventually, then we are not, because of all the offenses come from the impure mind. When you are impure, when your impure mind, offenses comes out of it. We started to think about negative about others, talk about others, bring that and this, and then have the ego comes up, then rises up that, all these things were, when you have a pure chanting, attentive chanting, we completely pure now. Consciousness become pure, minds get pure, intelligence is purified. We get so wonderful tolerance, patience, quality, everything comes. And we become so stronger. And then when we see something, always we have that spiritual strength is there that we can tolerate, we can maintain our, So, but when inattentive chanting and slowly, mind gets also kind of disturbed. Then all on a sudden, we can see this one. When you have a pure chanting, holy name, our hearts, our mind gets so peaceful, so wonderful. You'll not be agitated in small things. So when we have a pure chanting, then we can overcome all this material energy. So that's why it's recommended that when you chant in the morning, so that our chanting will be so pure and attentive. So this way we get more, we can overcome this material energy. Otherwise, slowly when we are in the afternoon and the night, and I know that one devotee says, oh, I come sometimes, 12 a.m. in the morning and come back after work, I chant. I'm sleepy and I cannot chant. And but again, I took the vow, I had to chant, and how this mind goes. Rather than, then suggested, instead of staying late like that, you sleep early and get up in the morning and chant. Anyway, you have to sleep that much time, right? So when he sleep late, he gets up late, he can't chant. Then he has to get up and go to the office, no matter he doesn't get time. So on the other
Yeah.
hand, he gets sleep early, he get up early, so he chanted everything done. Then he go to the office. Now he is peaceful. So the only thing that yes, we have 24 hours. No matter what, that we cannot increase or decrease. We have this 24 hours for us. All we need to do is actually adjust that timing accordingly for the right way. So we utilize everything properly. That means, don't put so much of in the mind. Don't indulge so much of watching this and reading that, reading this, hearing that. But what we have some personal, that we are a devotee of the Lord. So you have certain things in our life that, have high importance that we are supposed to do. We have it to do every day, no matter what. We have to do that. Then after, then we can think if you have time, another thing, then yes, fine. But again, you have to be, don't pollute our mind, our consciousness, our senses, mind. There are so much things out there. As soon as it's like, litmus paper, that when you put a little ink on a paper, it's immediately spread all over the paper. Or if you put in a tumbler of water, you put a little oil, one drop of oil, and that spreads all over the water, on the surface of the water. Similarly, any impression that which comes to our mind, is spreads all over our mind. Then what happens? You start to create. That's another quality of a mind, is it's expanding. It's always expanding. It can go to any level. So mind is like this entire universe. It can go to any level, the mind. When a little things get into the mind, that's why all day you think about, or we think about something happens to us, because of it can go to any extent. And it's create that, it's this way, like, it's like a cobweb, like, spider web. It's create that and entangle us. It's the nature of the mind. So that's, many times it says that mind has different stages of the mind, shipta, vishipta, all those kinds of things, different status of the mind. So the reason why scriptures, Acharya says that, so that we get slowly, we train our mind in such a way that, so then we come to our attentive chanting, pure chanting, this way that we have a more control over the mind. And then that's why mantra that we are chanting to overcome the mind. So we chant, then slowly, we come to that state of pure consciousness, pure chanting, and then the pure. That's the stages of pure or pure devotee stage, that we come to. I mean, we can try. And if sometimes, it's not possible, sometimes we have, other things to do, then, according, but we have to try our level best in any conditions, that, chant the holy name in the morning and finish, and then, take care of the other things. Yeah.
Yeah, Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
What
Krishna.
I do, I get up, do my brush and urinate, and then I start chanting. I don't take a bath. I take a bath after the Bhagavad class.
Okay.
And then do my puja in the temple.
That's all right.
Is that
That's
okay?
fine. That's okay, Mother, for you, because of you are now in the old age, kind of. And it's better. And sometimes, it's maybe a little trouble and things like that. It's also recommended. It's not, especially we are in the Western, these cold countries. So as soon as you're, main thing is that you should be clean. You're internally and externally, all those things, right? Should be clean. You brush your teeth, sit and chant. Then also after that, you take bath and you do the. That's all right. Also fine.
Okay.
But if you can, if you're not clean, you get up in the morning. If you are going to the toilet and all those things, you should take a bath.
Then you should take bath.
Yeah, it's always recommended when you take a bath, you put tilak, right? You put your body and tilak, fresh clothes. And then, but the thing is that when you sleep and when you after sleep, you are little lethargic, right? Little kind of your mind is, kind of convoluted or kind of in a cloud state. So sometimes you don't get a proper mind to chant, mind is still in the sleeping mode. When you take a bath, mind is fresh, body is fresh, put nice clothes, put nice tilak. Now you are now came to our that one alignment, body, mind, and the words, right? Body is clean, aligned to Krishna. Mind is now aligned to Krishna. Now our chanting is now automatically come and to that alignment of Krishna. But again, in this country, morning is too cold. Now the winter is coming, and so many things. Whatever is best for you, do that. That's what is recommend.
And you mentioned the word namabhas. Can you explain me exactly what does it mean?
Yeah, wonderful. Namabhas. What is bhas means? Anybody knows what is the means bhas? Anybody remembers what is bhas means?
Abhas, Nam, Abhas?
No, bhas. You heard about the word Bhaskara? Bhaskaran. Who is Bhaskaran? Anybody?
Sun god, Surya Narayana.
Surya Dev.
Sun.
Surya.
Bhas. Na sat bhasayado Surya. Bhas means that the light, right? Bhas, the light, or the Bhaskaran means one who has the light, that's Surya. So Abhas means there is no light. There is no proper light. There is no proper, it is dark. Abhas, right? Abhas means that. So that means the chanting which you are doing, Nama Bhas means that it gives you such an enlightenment, such a way that, the moment you take that the holy name. But what we do, instead of doing that, we don't chant, pronounce the name. It's a mantra. Mantra says that we should really pronounce properly. Like there are 16 syllables, right? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. These syllables, right? And there is sometimes we say, see, there are two meanings for Krishna, right? Krishna and Krishna, right? Hare Krishna. The meaning Krishna also, there is a meaning for the deer. Another meaning for the deer is Krishna. That's why you call Krishna animal, Krishna Mrug. Deer is also called Krishna Mrug.
Oh,
Like,
we didn't know that.
Yes. So deer is also known as Krishna Mrug. Another meaning of Krishna is black, right? So if you properly pronounce the name, especially, then it has a different meaning.
Oh.
Okay. So we sometimes say Ramo, Remo, Rema. Sometimes people chant, this like Rama instead of Rama. Say instead of Krishna, Krishna, like that. So many things like that. Yes, there is intention is good and the name is there, but it's not the Nama pure chanting. It is a Abhas. It's Nama Abhas, right? So when you chant the holy name, should pronounce very clearly. That's why some people take like they chant in like 1 hour. They finish. I chant at 16 rounds. They say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. They chant like this. It's not chanting. This is Namabhas. When you chant the holy name, you should pronounce the holy name so properly, so clearly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. See the Srila. Have you ever listened the Srila Prabhupada's chanting? Have you ever listened?
Yes, I have listened.
Very proper. So one should practice that way. Okay. So Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That's the one thing. Okay. Your mind is not clear. Your mind is not pure. You have almost like enviousness, anxiety, arrogance, jealousy, and so many things in your mind. Your chanting is also not so good in that. Is also another called Namabhas. The Namaparad. Now, what is Namaparad? When you have these offenses, like blasphemy, the devotees, those who are dedicated for the lives for the propagating the Krishna consciousness, disobey the orders of the spiritual master. The interpretation, holy name has an interpretation, and considering the demigods Indra, Lord Shiva, and Brahma equal to and independent of, so many things. So when you have all this is also Namaparat, because of we are very improper conscious that we are chanting the holy name. We are taking like in such a way that we are so egoistic. I am that, I am this, I can criticize anybody. I am so and so, I can do this, I can do this, I can put more interpretation on the holy name. I can do so many things. And when that person chants, because of it's not a chanting, it's aparat, he's aparat, he's offensing, he is offensing against all this, and that is also offenses against the holy name. That's called Nama aparat. Then, when it's come to that, Shuddhanam. Where the Shuddhanam comes? Yes, of course, initially it won't come. That's why we should chant the holy name properly and purely, and without much offenses against the holy name, against the devotees. There are Dhamma aparad is there, Vaishnava aparad is there, Dham aparad is there. So which devotees should be free from all this, and then focus on, the serving devotees and Krishna. And that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that one should always have that the humble mood of the servant of the servant of the servant of the devotees, Dasa Dasanudas. So always we should keep it in our heart. I am nothing but the Dasa Dasanudas. I am the servant of the servant of the servant of the devotee of the Lord. So from this only that one can come to that pure platform, pure stages of holy name. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that the Trinadapi Sunichena Taruriva Saushna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. So one can chant the holy name Sadahari, Kirtaniya Sadahari, one can chant. Who can do that? Taller than a tree blade, humbler than a blade of grass, always give respect to others and not expect any respect in return. This person can. That means he is always in a very humble state of. That's it. But Dasa Dasanu Das. So we have to have. That's why we are taking this initiator name Das. Many people, that's also another thing. So we say is like, we say Simheshwar Das, right? Instead of, when we are dressed, we should say Simheshwar Das, because I'm the servant, I'm the Das of it. Or Devaki Nandan Das, I'm the servant of the Devaki Nandan. Not that, oh, Devaki Nandan. People call short form, okay, Devaki Nandan, or this one, devotee's name like that. We should not say, when we call address others, we should call them Prabhu. They are Prabhu. Okay, we should always address. But when we address ourselves, we should always address that we are Das or Dasi. We should not ever say, I'm Prabhu or I am Simheshwara Prabhu. We don't say that. Others may say it. But whenever the others say that, we should humbly, we should say that Prabhu. And we should also call them Prabhu. Not that, Das. When we address a devotee, we should call them Prabhu because of they are the devotees of the Lord. We are Das. They are Prabhu. This is the juncture that we have, and also the mood that we always can have. Okay.
Prabhuji, when you mention about honoring the prasadam, we have to wash our hand and our feet.
After honoring the prasadam, you should wash your mouth, of course, and wash your hands. And if you're sitting down and eating prasadam, you should wash your feet also, because of from your mouth, from the spoon, anything that it can also fall on your feet.
Oh.
Okay.
Even when we go from our temple area to cafeteria, we don't even wash our hand. We just start eating.
Yeah, then you have to once eat wash your hands, then go to the after
We're
eating.
Supposed to wash the hand, but sometimes
go to the sink.
We don't
there
have
is a
that
sink.
facility.
Yeah, there is a sink nearby on the between two bathrooms. There is a wash basin. There is a sink where you can wash your mouth and all. Then you go back to the temple. Okay. Anything else?
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Nice questions.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhu, do we have time for one question?
Yes. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So I was just wondering, I understand that, like Hare Krishna Mahamantra also is like a holy name, right? Like
Yes.
we have Krishna, we have Ram, we have Hari, everything.
Yeah.
So sometimes it just so happens that, if we chant the whole mantra, of course, when we are doing other chores, it becomes really namabhas because you're just hearing, but you're not attentive, right? You're just.
Yeah.
Whereas if we just say Krishna, 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 then it becomes more, you're at least focused on that particular syllable of all, like the Krishna, all syllables of Krishna, Krishna, so that is more. So is it okay? I mean, I'm just wondering because I was hearing from somebody that sometimes, following up on Amitabh Prabhu's question, that we can chant anytime. And I was hearing somebody saying in some other sampradaya that, when we just chant the name, like just the name is okay. Holy name to chant anywhere is okay. But a mantra, you cannot chant everywhere, right? So the Hare Krishna Mahamantra comes in the category of holy name, of course. But is there a difference between, like, just the name of, say, Krishna, Radha, Ram, or something, and the whole mantra? Like, are there any differences in how we chant just the names versus like the entire mantra?
Yes, there is. That is a good question, Mangesh. Of course, yes. Mantra has a specific symbol. Say, there is specific words and specific, on the
meaning. Like we have to address the meaning.
Specific meanings. Yes.
Right? When we chant the mantra, we are saying engage us in your service, and there's a meaning to it. Whereas just the name is like you can do anywhere, everywhere, right? I mean, it's just the name you're reciting.
Of course, yes. I mean, there is, of course, that in the holy name, in the Maha Mantra, right, as we say that these syllables of, it has a specific, like, it has 16 syllables. Like on the other hand, Om Namo Bhagavate Narayana, that is 12 syllables. Om Namo Narayana, 8 syllables. Gayatri Mantra, 24 syllables. So there is a specific meaning for this, and if it chants properly, it has tremendous potencies out there. The reason for that, this is, this Brahma Gayatri, Kama Gayatri. There was an example of also there in that, which is 24 and a half. There was a discussion between, when I think it was Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, somebody, or Jayadeva Gita Govinda, and Jayadev was comparing. It was only 24 and a half syllable. What is this half syllable? And always mention that. So yes, each mantra has particular syllable. That's why it's called mantra. Okay. So the reason for that, when you chant that properly, like we know that, the Gayatri Mantra, or when you say Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So when you sit and chant and with such a mood, such an attentive, such a mantra, it can take you to the other side of this material world. No doubt into that. So that's why it's recommending and saying that, okay, you should sit straight and chant holy name. Get up in the morning, sit straight and sits down and chant. Yes, why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is emphasized on that one? Yes. So Nam Nama, anybody can chant anytime, no matter what, the holy name of Krishna, right? Nam Namakari nidhi sarva shaktin tatrapida niyamidas maranena kalaha. Because of at least this way that at least people take up this holy name. Okay. So in the sense that, okay, it doesn't mean that, okay, now we know that now as a devotee, we don't need to go to the toilet and chant. But if we are like, like we are so conscious about it, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was even always chanting in the mind, right? In the mind while passing the stool also, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's tongue was vibrating. It's not that so loud of it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was holding the tongue that because of the sound is coming out while passing the stool. So, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is holding it and says that I cannot even control my tongue because of it's always vibrating. So, likes that. So, devotees, those who are in such state of such state of consciousness. Okay, now I do 24 hours a time. I have so many other activities I don't have any time. Now let me take a bath. let me go to the toilet and bathroom. Okay, now I am going to chant the holy name. But it doesn't make any sense, right? So that is not that. Yes, some situations we are acharyas did that. Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj was chanting the holy name while sitting in the toilet, because that's the only place that Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj could sit and chant properly, or otherwise somebody else, so the police will come and take him. Even in order to chant the acharyas, the Goswamis, they were putting the stool in front of their house because of there are so many disturbances. So because of that principle, that the devotion, that the consciousness is so high in such a way that they don't look at anything else. But as a sadhaka, we have time, we have a place to live and all those things, and don't take up like that. Don't go to the toilet. Don't do that. But some places, sometimes, we like yesterday, Madaji was asking, go to the toilet and put the tilak. Some situations we have to do it, sometimes. But that is okay. So that's why sometimes there are some exceptions. That's why time, place, and circumstances, we may do it. That's okay. But in the real sense, what is this mantra that we have to sit and chant and sit properly and attentively and chant this holy name? This has tremendous potencies that which can give. But also on the other hand, holy name, wherever we chant, we get the benefit because we are taking the holy name of Krishna. Or even if say that, even if chant the mantra, even in the toilet, right? Even in the toilet, I mean, we are not supposed to, but sometimes we take up, or some situations, that's okay. There's a potency that because we are taking and remembering the holy name. But that is not what is that we are addressing here is actually, yes, Nam Namagari, this Sarva Shakti, yes, some situation we take it. Okay, then also your question is actually there is a mantra and then the name of yes, Krishna's name is there, that we can take Rama, Krishna, that all can, sometimes we take it, but not necessarily that we should take it in the bathroom. So if it is possible, we should take it out of the bathroom, but some situation, if you are able to, or there's no other way, then we are taking the names of it. That's okay, all right. But yes, as a question, there is all mantra is mantra, and the names are names. That's the individual. That's the name of it. That's why it is crowed. It's compiled, or what is called is composed, right? This is composed by the acharyas, or this Upanishads or Veda Vyas is composed this mantra because of this is specific potency. That's why mantras even should not be like singing, like kind of thing like that.
Right. Yes. Yeah, I
You know
heard
what?
that too.
Yeah. So mantra has a specific syllable and specific meter. Sometimes what happens when you say Hare, what is that? No, that's not a mantra actually. So when you say, just go like, that's why the Kirtan standard is mentioned because of it's not that mantra, then we are just singing of it. So there is mantra that's why japa is so important. Otherwise, it's called Kirtan. Right? So japa is so important because of that we are chanting the mantra. That's what is making the difference in our life. Otherwise, it's kirtan. So okay, it's a kirtan. That's why kirtan that we support, so that people are get attracted, and it's then people are so much the music and the tone and all things, everything. So Srila Prabhupada don't recommend much of it. Srila Prabhupada recommend chant, sit and chant, sit and chant, sit and chant. That gives more effect than just attending so much in the musical, kind of. Yes, that's good. That can attract people. It also gives some impact. But when we chant the holy name purely, attentively, that has a tremendous, benefit. Tremendously it helps in our consciousness. Okay, Mataji?
Yeah, Prabhu. Yeah. This is, I mean, it makes sense. But again, I'm just wondering that, the name itself, even if we be inattentive to the name, but if we continuously chant, say, for example, Lord Hanuman, right? He was constantly chanting Ram, 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 right? So there's no mantra, there's nothing. So if there's any aparadh to mantra, I mean, there is aparadh to mantra, right? If we don't be attentive and all those things. And whereas, like, say, Ram, 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 even if we are not attentive, but we are still getting purified by just the name. So
Correct.
I'm just thinking that, I hope that, I don't know, I feel like, is it okay to just like, because sometimes I just get chance to, the time I get is while driving or something,
Yeah.
right? So
You say Ram, Ram,
instead
Ram,
of
Krishna.
offending the mantra or creating any offenses, if I just chant the name,
Yeah.
does it have the same
Does-
potency?
Yes, it has a great potency. Look at that word Valmiki, the Ratnakara.
Yeah.
Narada Muni came,
Yes. Yeah.
sat in front of, he couldn't even pronounce anything. Mara, 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 Mara.
Right.
Just chanted the name Rama, Rama,
Yeah.
Rama, 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 Rama.
Yeah.
Yes, holy name, Krishna's name, and it's not different from Krishna.
Mhm.
There is no difference at all. So Krishna has such a name, has such a potency. The same also very powerful. Like in the Vishnu Sahasranam, it says that, right? 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu is equal as 3 names of Lord Ram, and 3
Exactly.
names of
Yeah.
Lord Ram is as equal as 1 name of Krishna.
Right.
So yes, so there is definitely there is. Because of this way, we are chanting the name of Krishna and at the same time meditating upon him and connecting and contact. Yes, there is tremendous benefit of it. But when you compare to the name of the mantra also we says that we are not supposed to chant any mantras just simply like that. You know that, right? We are not supposed to chant the
Yeah.
Gayatri mantra like that. We are not supposed to chant. So that's why called mantra diksha. You get the mantra diksha. That means you get from the guru.
Guru Pradatta.
So guru
Yeah.
know that what this person is ready to do that. That's why one should take a diksha from a guru. Guru gives this mantra. Then that mantra we chant according to the instruction of the guru. Then it has tremendous effect and the benefit. Otherwise, we are not. But in the ISKCON, in the Krishna conscious movement, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and mercy of the devotees, even though we have not taken this Harinam Diksha or Mantra Diksha, we are allowed to chant the holy name on the beats as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed this to everybody. That's the mercy of the Lord and the Srila Prabhupada. So then also that we get this mantra, we chant the mantra of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So, but that's why again, in order to make it very effective, make it very concrete, make it very what is called so emphasizing on this one. That's why the devotees goes further to take shelter of a guru. Guru gives that the mantra diksha, Harinam diksha. Now we are under the shelter of a guru as per the guidance and instruction of the guru. Then we chant the holy name according to as per the instruction, as per the mercy of the guru, so that we get make more progress than when we chant like that's what is Kanishta. Initially we come, we chant the holy name. This way we get purified more and more. But when you get initiated, that's really our begin that spiritual life. Now we are connected to a guru. Then guru is connected to guru and is connected to Krishna. So we are connected to Guru Parampara. Now we get the mantra from the guru, spiritual master, and now we are so some way or other we are now like a belt on our neck that we have a master. Even if we have some offenses, what happens then is forgiven, right? So because we have a belt, we have a master. So that master is forgiven even if we have. So we have protection, we have shelter. So this way our spiritual path is more, progressed. Otherwise, anytime we can fall down because of the chanting is not so strong. We don't have a master. We don't have any shelter. We take whimsically. We take our own way of doing things. We chant one day. We don't chant another day. We don't have sadhana. We don't have practices. We are not serious. We are not disciplined. But when you take a shelter, mantra diksha, that's what is the first thing. Guru gives this mantra and tell that chant this 16 rounds every day. So this makes much different than the other processes, right? So that's why it makes much different. The diksha is makes much difference than the non-diksha, stage. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Madaji. Nice questions. Okay. Anything else? Anybody else? Okay. If nothing, then let's conclude today's class. Let's pray together. Vancha kalpatarubhashya kripa sindhubhyevacha पतिदानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः वैष्णव वृंद की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय अनंत गौड़ी वैष्णव वृंद की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Prabhuji. Hare
Thank-
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare
Prabhuji,
Krishna.
is this the
Thank you,
conclusion of Etiquette series? Like
Ye-
we have completed today, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Not we are continuing. There are a lot of other chapters.
Okay, there are more chapters.
Oh yeah. Lots of them.
Okay.
At least next week and next 2 weeks, I believe.